collective. Hope you guys are having a great day, night, Friday. Thank God it's Friday. And um, yesterday I had um, come to me to do a video on wisdom, and so much, a lot, um, a lot to say, and just let's tap in and prayer and sage. Hope you did your meditation and your prayers and to Most High and Archangel Metatron, protect the collective nice technology and our energy, the air we breathe, our hearts, our organs, everything that has to do with us, our lives, our loved ones, our homes, huge angels, archangels in the four corners of our rooms, around our houses, cars, and bless the collective, keep them safe, and keep the 1212 portal, baby. And um, let's keep growing. And, you know, no matter what happens in life, we're still growing and learning, expanding, right? Blink of an eye here. And learning our lessons, right? Okay. Um, so channeling with the wisdom and knowing the lessons that we learned become our wisdom, and that we can share with our own children and our families and vice versa, right? When we talk or share information. And I had I was with uh, Lord Jesus, thank you for this time with the collective. Help me to do this your way, channel this your way and not my way, and flow. And I thank you. And also surround the collective and keep them high vibing, and also for uplift them and help those who are in need. You know our hearts. You see deeply what's really going on, and the lessons that we learn, Lord, help them to become the pearls of our wisdom, the real value of what we notice, that we can really notice and help each other with, and motivate and keep that dedication. And also for people to realize that how valuable family is, especially around these holiday times, these children who need guidance. And that's what we're about, breaking these generational curses and just making our kids better than we are, and helping them to evolve and just mature and grow, and just feel good, just to feel good and proud of what they've done in a humble way. If there's any negative energy, we uh, are protected and return to senders times 10 in the powerful name of Jesus Christ, and remove any entities or unclean spirits out of our homes. We have a sacred space within our homes, and outside of our homes, within our auras, we are protected. Protect our energy. We thank you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Staying in gratitude. So, lemonade. Yeah. Like we have our sayings, right? Where it's called idioms, you know, making lemonade out of lemons, and it's water under the bridge, or, you know, don't burn a bridge, or, I think my grandmother used to quiz me on them. Everyone has their own, and I'd like to get a book on that, or just start researching those. Also, during I was with Deborah Hookie. She had messages from beyond, and my son came in. He turned on my fire alarm at 3 in the morning, and right when I went to hit the button to turn it off, it stopped. Very funny, Stephen, my invisible man. And then while I was waiting for my reading, right before she called my name, the fire alarm went off twice and then it stopped. I was like, Steven, you're here. And then she said my name and said, well, he's right here. And so he just like make me let me know that he loves me and he's here. He's the man of this house. Him and Divine's my man. Um, I just have to say that I I respect women. I respect other women. I respect other people. And also being a woman and dating, um, you know, if someone is, say, my boyfriend was out with another woman, it's not her fault. It's his fault. And also, if vice versa, I see my friends doing it, it's like, don't go after her. He's the one that needs to be accountable. He's the one playing the games, doing the lies, needs to be accountable. No one else or whoever did what. We all need to own it, own up. That's something wise to live by. The truth, no use in lying. It'll come out, especially if you're clairvoyant or clairvoyance. And time is very valuable. That's our heart. And finding someone like me, divine is bringing me. I know that for sure. And I'm willing to wait for that. And I know that it's like, some people think that, oh, sex will get her or sex is that. And, sex, sex, sex. Okay, make me barf. I'm I'm willing to wait for my spiritually, divinely guided person, and it's like when people resonate, they get together. Like my twin flame and his wife, they resonated and they got together. And you know what? I don't even know what's going on between them. I don't want to. I just know about the what what's going on with me. And personally, Um, well, divine totally protects me. He protected me, and my faith is stronger. And no, I don't do spell work. I pray. I pray to God. Period. That's it. And I mean, I'm just like overwhelmed with all of the love and more um solid in my faith. I just noticed this. Yes, I am protected by source. You are protected by source. And that's why we're the divine feminines and the divine masculines. And if you're learning this, it's a very valuable lesson. And that's what twin flames are for. They're not always having to get together, they're not always have to get married. Nobody owes each other nothing. And period. I mean, it's just a trigger for your spiritual awakening, like a teacher and a student. Like Eric Medhus and his mom, they're not going to get married. That's his mother. There's other people that are like a neighbors could be twin flames. It doesn't matter. It's just there's no demand that twin flames have to get together. And you know, that's fair because God is fair. God gives us free will and we are free. We are sovereign. And we don't have to be a royal bloodline to say that. We are all the same at heart. We're all children of God. And the thing is that we have to do the work. We have to do the work. Nobody is handed something with a silver spoon in their mouth. You know, a lot of us come from, you know, different homes, different walks of life, and earned it. Some of us work our asses off. Some of us, join the military and work. And my son was in the military, and then he moonlighted. He got um, a side certificate in computers and did that on the side because he's just driven, at Capricorn. He's high vibrational Capricorn, though. Where um, mom demanded him to have a good heart and be held in high standards. because I made his life a living hell until he got his shit together. He was in middle school, and I mean, I took everything away from him. I I ran out of things to take away from him, and I took his door off his wall, and I was like, and I ended up like making him just do re clean his room and anything to keep him on top of it. I let him know that you're not going to disrespect me. And I also trained, yeah, I trained my kids because damn straight, they are going to respect women. And I told him, if ever, you ever hurt a woman and I see that she's innocent, I'll take her side. And I demanded that by both my boys. You are going to respect women and you're going to be honest to them and you're going to treat them right. You're going to be good, good, so good to them, or your mom is gonna be kicking your ass. And they listened because I had to show them. Well, actually, Steven, the oldest, and then the other two were like, oh shit. They were like super good. And it usually just takes that. The oldest child gets it the worst. He kept testing those boundaries and testing those boundaries. And I was like, oh, hell no. You know, I just lit the fire in my ass and I had to like out energize him. And that kid has a lot of freaking energy. Okay. Indigo child, born year, the ox, and intuitive and indigo, you know, he, he was a kid and he'd tell me stuff before it happened, but he was very sensitive. I was showing him I said, you want to see it when you were born? Because I made sure it was very discreet so that I can show family members and my kids. And one push, and he, like, ran behind the couch and started crying, and I'm like, "Steven, what's the matter, baby?" "I hurt you." Oh my god, he's my mama's boy, and Luke, both my boys are mama's boys, and my daughter now, like, when they're about 12, the boys get closer to the dad because they need to learn how to shave and act like a man and ask questions to their dad instead of too embarrassed to ask their mom. And then the girls switch from being daddy's girl to mama's girls. They want to know things that are more like a woman. And that's just life. And that is stuff, that wisdom that we share with our children. And men, whether they're getting along with their baby mamas or not, the only way I respect a man is to see that man, they made their bed, lay in it. You take care of those children and you give them love and attention. Don't ever think dreaming about someone you don't even know because you have to have the next best thing or something you haven't had. That's ridiculous. Get off the drugs, get cleaned, show your kids. You can lead by example. Your kids need you. That's your life. Oh, speaking of my sweetheart. So we have to show them our best. We want our kids to be better. That is what life is all about. These precious babies, these lives. That's what life's all about. We are here to teach them and love them and break the generational curses. Freaking parents did you wrong. That's what not to do. Okay? Not, oh, they're traumatized at that, so I can manipulate them and breadcrumb them and play games on them because they're traumatized, so I can MK Ultra them. Fuck no. You help them heal. You teach them to relax. You get them help. Get them professional help. Help them to feel good with their own chemicals, their own. There's like 4 feel good um, natural what do you call it? Freaking chemicals in our brain, neurotransmitters, okay? And that's being high on life. That's the pearl. That takes It's like saliva of the oyster, and it takes time, and it's just gently crafted, gently, like a baby inside a mom's womb. And anyone wants to do like freaking magic on my fertility or whatever, stop. You're wasting your money, you're wasting your time. Use your energy on yourselves, on your own family, on your children. Focus within the family, because I had a hysterectomy in 2012 anyways. I had my 3 kids, okay? I'm 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 not trying to take nobody's man away. I I need a man for my divine. I'm not having no man that is toxic in those devil vibes with entities into freaking witchy or warlock dark shit. I don't know, anything like that. I was raised praying, and that's all I'm going to do. And I know people have agendas. Sometimes they want to slowly gaslight and destroy people's lives, or these are also the shadow side of the pearls. Also, to be aware of. That's why it takes time to get to know yourself, love yourself, and then you'll understand these wisdom of pearls to get to know someone else and be I'll meet my divine man like me. And I'm I'm going forward. I'm not taking anyone back from my past. No way. No way. All the stuff that I found out, no, never. Never ever. Um, Men who have families and babies, take responsibility. If you want any respect from me at all, to step up and be a man. I All the men in my past are not like me. They're not like me. And hey, some guys that are immature think the grass is always greener on the other side. Well, I'll tell you what. Ask my kids. Ask my ex-husbands. I Nobody controls me, and I am me, and nobody's gonna change me or tell me what to do. Hey, that's just how I am. And I need someone like me, someone who is spiritually at the same level, and divine is bringing that person in. We have people in our past that we help along the way. Those are like we're supposed to. And then we release them and let them go with no grudges. You have to heal. That's not being healed. Holding grudges, thinking people owe you this. The fuck no. We have to go within and reflect. We're responsible for every single thing in our own lives. That's growing up. And I will work it because I own it. This is my life. And, you know, what anybody wants to say. And that's another thing. You know, I need someone so chill and makes up their own mind. I am I'm patient, but I will never ever tolerate what I've been through in the past. That's my pearl of wisdom. Or else I didn't learn, right? Burn me once, shame on you. Burn me twice, shame on me. I learn. You only have to tell me once. And I get it. And I listen to God. And if anyone from my past wants to um, pop up on me, they better freaking call, because I will be pissed. Nobody, that's disrespectful. And not only that, it depends on who it is, too. And my house is cleansed. My energy is locked down tight. And after betrayals, and with my energy cleaned and my house cleaned and guarded, and my son even says, Nobody, nobody gets in. And this is my man in my house. And he wants me to be with nobody of my past. And he works very closely with Archangel Michael. So he means what he says. I just got this. Psalms, God is within her or him, and she or he will not fail. Psalms 46:5. Because we have to go within, deep within our soul. That's the only way we know, and we don't make dumb decisions. so so yeah. Um Someone like me would be obedient to God for years and years and years and years. Elevated and mature and very consistent, and you know, it works together where there's a lot of, I have my way where hey, I can be celibate for a long time. I was a military wife. You think when they go overseas, I'm screwing around? No. I was raised to just have a good heart, and I wouldn't want to hurt someone I love. And, people who have children, and if they're fighting and everything, try to get along. Go to counseling. Just do it for the kids. No matter how pissed off or mad or angry, anger is a big issue. Use that to motivate you towards something positive, and take your kids out to the park and play sports. Sports is the best way. All my kids were in sports, and they learned how to get along and teamwork and sportsmanship, and you win some and you lose some, because life is a lot like that. You win some and you lose some. We don't have to get all butt hurt over it or anything, or think, oh, that team owes me, and um, just some crazy shit like that. No, life, life is a new day tomorrow. The sun will rise tomorrow, and it's a new day. But you know what? Those children are a big responsibility, and that's your legacy. And sometimes they have to deal with the karma that their parents leave them. So the parents better make damn sure that they help their children through it, since they already give them a freaking hard crack to begin with. And I really sincerely and genuinely mean that. I'm serious. That's what I've learned and observed. Children are what life's all about, no matter what, at all costs. Show your children you stand up for them. Show your children you have their back. How about that? And you know what? I'll guarantee your children will be really good to you, like mine are. You know, people say that to me all the time. You must have been a really good mom because your kids adore you and they're good to you. Yes, yes. It's a two-way street. The energy you give out is the energy you get back. And, you know, I really believe kids need a mom and a dad. And you're an example to show that you can work it out and solve problems, whether you have, I don't know, if there's anger issues or not. Show your children how to heal that. That's something that I respect. You can show your children that you're an adult and you can get over it and you can get healed, and you're not going to bicker about anything about the past anymore. You're going to work it out, solve problems like a mature and elevated adult. There's There's couples out there that are like Bonnie and Clyde, you know? I'm not. I could never. I could never. I could never be with the Don Juan either. Hell no. I refuse. And, you know, I just won't do it. And I will rather be alone because I'm fine. I got my heavenly team with me, and I got all my loved ones are a phone call away or energy away with my heavenly divine, totally protected. So nobody playing my energy. Respect my energy. I respect yours. Whatever people think I deserve or don't deserve, it's none of your damn business. Just like it's none of my damn business to get involved in your crap. I don't want to. So stay out of mine. Okay? Pinky swear? Because it's simple as that, you know? Again, nobody owes us, even when our children think that their parents owe them. Okay, that's a spoiled brat, and they're going to get taught a lesson. They can go sit in their room. They want to cry. I'll throw a box of tissue at them and wait till they're done. We do not owe anyone anything other than responsibilities. We do owe our children, us, our time, our wisdom. And that's why it's important to be truthful. Teach your kids. Never say or do anything you can't yell off a rooftop. And they'll be able to have peace at night and sleep. They'll be able to have a quality life and feel good about getting an A on their test or working harder to do it and have a good job and provide toys for their kids. Know the truth, and nothing shallow stays the same, doesn't it? Things break. 3D is dust in the wind. Only our hearts stay the same. Like the movie Ghosts, it's true. When we cross over, only the love is what you feel. Can't even hold on to anger because the vibes are too high. Now, there's those that might go into purgatory in the underworld if they are just out of control, but want to control everyone else. There's an issue there. It's all, it's the root. What's the root of the problem? Self control, self discipline. Set your alarm, find tags, look it up. There's the whole world and library at our fingertips online where we can learn for free. There's even college courses at Virginia Tech, Harvard, that we even, Cal State, not Cal State, um, just very quality schools that have a lot of knowledge that we can get free classes from. Caltech, that's it. California technology, like Virginia technology. Um, you just don't get credit for it if you haven't, you know, done all the official stuff. But still, it's good practice. And it's like use it or lose it. And that's why older people are always doing puzzles. My mom always loved doing crossword puzzles or some kind of like workbook because it was just fun to her and it kept her memory sharp. And she loved playing word games. She like some of those games, she just would be like, I'm gonna she'd get a little bit competitive, but in a fun way, not in a way that is um, uncomfortable, where it's gonna like be, over someone, a fight over a man or a fight over a woman. I mean, that's uncomfortable to me. It really is. Jealousy, that's an uncomfortable feeling to me because I know what it does. I never liked watching soap operas. All the women in my family and the girls that I went to high school with, they'd be like, "Oh," I'd be like, "Oh God, that's such a headache. How can you guys watch that stuff?" I'd rather listen to music and skateboard. um, so yeah, pearls are deep, emotional from the ocean where we're psychic, right? That's um the the water is emotion. And that's also love. Everything on this planet has a symbol and a specific love to it, life to it. Every one of us has to find our own way out of the hole. If we're having um, a hard time, struggling, or not happy, well, you know what? We're going to have to find what makes us happy, and nobody else could do that for us. My ex-husband used to say, "Well, I'm sorry, I can't make you happy. Sorry, I can't make you happy." Well, you know what? Nobody's going to make me happy but me. That's right. I'm already happy, but I wasn't happy with someone betraying me. No. And that's my big thing, you know? And that's why I divorced twice. And I'd be damned if I ever get back with someone who's betrayed me. So just forget it. Take care of those babies if you want any respect. Their hearts are way more valuable. And therapy, even with the baby's mamas. So you can learn how to problem solve, learn how to heal and be healed. Relax it, relax it, and go. Don't keep kicking a dead horse. It's not, I mean, save your energy. Use it for manifesting a bright future for your children, you know? Manifesting, teaching your kids how to feel good from their soul, showing them the right way. Because you can tell your kids are smart, but you know what? This is what they're listening to. And their feelings. Kids today are more advanced too, like empaths, and they feel. I would never go out with a man who lives double lives. That would be horrible. The truth always comes out, and I would never ever fight a woman for a man. That's just doesn't make sense to me. You know, she had no clue. The player always plays himself, and I ain't playing. So what flies with me? I'm not giving up on my spiritual ranking with divine, and I'm not living with or going to be around someone's energy who's in karma. I would never give up my spiritual ranking or trust someone who would probably want to sacrifice me. God forbid. I'm not. I'm very observant too, and I listen to my divine, and I listen to my son, and my son tells me he's my man. He's the man of this house. Setting off, even though he sets off my fire alarms at 3 in the morning, and before my name is called. I love him, my teddy bear. Um, yeah. We got to keep our house clean. We got to keep our energy clean, lock it down, keep it protected with our heavenly realm. Yeah, it's huge. I'm hearing the energy. My son said, no, nobody from the past. Forget it, Mom. And he's my man. And divine feminines and divine masculines and their families and their ancestors working with divine, the legions of angels, starseeds and their galactic families, and our archangels, they all are protecting us and guiding us, guiding me to never go back with someone in my past. And again, like my Nana said, you made your bed. I made my bed, so I'm going to lay in it. She used to say it was really hard living with my pops when he was alive because um, he would get depressed and he would take, you know, medication for it. He was a hardworking businessman and was awesome, honest. He was in a 33 Mason, but he never did all the nefarious stuff. He spent more time taking my brother to Boy Scouts and being his dad. Family is what he cared about most. And being a good man. And he'd say, you get good grades? Yeah. And then he'd give me money, open his wallet, and I'm like, thank you. And then like he'd give that to my cousins and I. And then really it was to get the kids out of the house to go to a movie or get some candy so the adults can, tell their dirty jokes. We don't like talking with kids in the room. We can't say what we want to say. Find a movie. Pink Panther and Star Wars. Saw the original Star Wars. So um, we have to protect our children and teach them to not read a book by its cover. Teach them. My kids will be like, "Oh my God, Mom, okay," and I'd be like, "But I want you to know this, and I want you to know that, I want you to know this, I want you to know that," because you know what? My parents were teenagers when they had me. So guess who learned a lot of wisdom if I wasn't around my grandparents? Reading, feeding myself. I had to feed my own damn head. Like that song, Feed Your Head, the White Rabbit. Yeah, I had to teach myself. And luckily, I had good friends that would also help me when I was stuck in a rut. And that's why I feel like pass it on, you know, paying it forward. And you will be blessed. Either a blessing, blessings, or lessons learned. And brings on, write a book about it. You can get 3D living for it. There's all kinds of creativity you can do by just using what you know. That's from the soul. So love your kids and protect them and teach them to read and be stronger at it. And not just read the words. Ask them, what does that mean? You know? I don't know. Well, they got to comprehend it and show them different perspectives because I bet you every single person and of all different ages will have a different perspective, have a different sentence. That's why it's really good when couples aren't getting along to say blah, blah, blue. And then the other person's like blah, blah, blue. And then they get louder because they feel they're not being heard. And then you got to go to court. Listen, ask the other person, what did I just say? Nicely, not, you know, what did I just say? Like, Would you please repeat that back to me so I know we're on the same page? And they could say, you said blah, blah, blue. Then this is a good way to not break down communication or misunderstandings and say, well, I did mean that exactly. Thank you for listening or getting it. And if they didn't, nicely or kindly or very politely, whatever words you want to use, say a, a, what you meant, but another way, because everyone learns differently. People learn by listening. There's people that learn by sight. I learn by sight. I also listen a lot. Yet I used to be more of a visual learner. Some people learn by hands-on, by doing it. There's a muscle memory. Some people learn by there's all kinds of ways. You can look it up, you know, how people music, I was always told, well, how do you know all those words by heart to music, but you can't learn your homework? And then someone in my family just started singing the songs, and I was like, oh, I get it. And that really helped me a lot. We can just work with each other and find another way around that someone understand. My son was having a really hard time understanding integers where there's like positives and negatives. And he was like, you can't, I quit my job. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stay home with my son and tutor him. Oh, mom, no. Ah, just just try. Well, guess and then my daughter was there, and he's like, I bet I won't get it. I bet I won't get it. Debbie Downer, party pooper. And my daughter, thank God, said, just let her try, God. And he's like, fine. And I had this dry erase board and I showed him, okay, he's a visual learner like me. And I showed him the ocean. Okay, look at the land and the ocean. That's zero. Above land or the ocean are going to be positive. You're going higher. Or if you want to go to the negatives, that's below the ocean or the land. And, like a submarine. He was like, I was like, you get it? And then I said, do this problem. He got it. He had egg on his face. my daughter got, my daughter started cracking up. Damn kids, they need to listen. But fortunately, I was able to have that time with them because I'm very blessed to be able to stay home with my kids when I needed to. I was able to. And, I know we didn't have a lot of money, but my kids are my biggest investment. They're my life. They're my universe. They're my soul, my bloodline. And I would never neglect them or hurt them or, you know, make them not feel good. And if I did, I would hug them and hold them and let them know that they are special. They're very special. And so the quality time and the quality of the morals is so important. And, everyone's got their own way. Every single person. Some people are like, oh, I can't be around that person or this person or that person because they do this or they do that. Yeah. Well, how do you know you don't do this and you do that? That can be annoying. Everyone has their own way. And we have to accept that, unconditionally. Not everyone in my family or my friends do things that, you know, all the time. Sometimes I'm just like, ay, ay, ay. But you know what? I love them. I try to look for the best in them, and it's not that bad, really, what they do compared to, I mean, they would never hurt me or anything. But everyone has like their own personality, and that's what makes us different, If everything was the same, every personality the same other than our heart, our pearls of wisdom, I mean, that's what makes us that's what makes the different recipes on our table, Everyone has their different spice, sugar and spice, and it's what makes a recipe unique. And so I'm focused on God's kingdom, building God's kingdom. Now that my children are grown. And I love kids, I love animals, I love people. And when there's people that I understand hurt, people hurt. And it's really a projection. And that it just shows that there's some deep healing and peace that needs to be brought to themselves. I'm not perfect. I know I'm annoying. And I I can be stubborn too. I'm a Taurus, a bull. And you know, bulls are known for being Taurus. I've got a lot of Tauruses in my family, okay? I'm the youngest. I'm the most flexible of my family. I've got my older sister who thinks she's my mother, Taurus. My ex-husband, Taurus. My youngest son, Taurus. My oldest son, Capricorn, okay? um and um it's like everyone has their way. My mom was a Pisces, the fish. Very intuitive and very, very sensitive. Tough. Don't piss her off, man. She'll put her John Wayne cap on in a second and and grab her guns. And I know she's on the other side. She's got my back. But when she doesn't have to have her guards up, and on the other side, reading energy, she can see really right through you. And she's really a good-hearted, loving woman. She's just been through a lot. She was married and divorced 5 times, and she was a barber, so she was around a lot of men, a lot of men. But she taught us to have good hearts and integrity, and don't don't be a stupid girl and fight over a man. Don't fight another girl over a man who's got children, a family that need to heal, and responsible for taking care of those kids and showing them that we can work it out. That's very important to me. That's deeply important to me. And I really, really mean that. Damn it. So that's my 2 cents on the wisdom. I just felt this, and and then I started seeing synchronicities. I was supposed to do it yesterday, and because I didn't make a video yesterday because I've been organizing and getting my house together and putting up Christmas lights and all this stuff, only so many hours in the day. Then, oh, and then my messages from beyond with my kiddo, my sweet son, badass Army Ranger officer. Mm. See this handsome boy up here, right? Ding. This guy, my invisible man, so handsome. And I can see him in my mind's eye. I do give him hugs. He did make himself a little taller, I noticed that. And the women on my other side of the family made themselves about 30, 40 years younger. My nana shows up like 19, 20. Hey, I can do it. I'm going to do it. Oh, they kill me in a fun way. So my son always would lighten up the mood. He'd always make us crack up. So, yeah, a lot of laughter. Enjoy life. It's short. Make your mark the best damn mark you can make. And your kids are your investment, your legacy, your heart, your life. Your kids are what life is all about. It's only so many hours in the day. Give it to your babies. They deserve it. Peace out. Sweet dreams, you guys.